Hello, so we are back in Riverview for another renovation. It's another residential lot. I've done a couple before, and the one I've done just before this one is here. For today I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to try and have an episode on the one on the other side over there tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see how it goes, but that's the plan. So what's going on? I did this one following a suggestion by my friend Lily, and it's actually a row house, and apparently the whole street is supposed to be row houses. And since I started this one, I made two different houses on the same lot. So this one is the original one. I've changed it a bit, and I've built a second one on the same lot, and my plan is to do that for the other two lots on the street, so that it's really a street of row houses. Let's go in Edit Town and have more details on this one. So I'll pin on the screen the previous episode where I'm tackling this lot here, but for today's episode is going to be Constance Shelley's house, and she's a bookworm apparently, maybe a loner, we'll see. And she lives in Cherry Blossom House. Oh, okay, so there are sakura trees, there are decorative cherry trees on the lot. So there were also next. Oh, so the previous one is Gardenia Grove. I don't remember if I put any gardenia there or if there were any. I have no idea what it looks like. I think they're white flowers. This one is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's 30 by 20, so same size as this one. This historic home sits on Riverview Flower Row. It is an elegant and updated row house from a time when the garden was as important as the house. Okay, so it's also a row house. I think they are all described as such. Okay, so let's have a closer look. Okay, and the thumbnail for these episodes, they're going to be so difficult to do. It's very close to the street, and then every time I'm in the building over there across the street when I'm trying to take a picture. So let's see what we can do there. Here we go. That's the house for now. So it's yellow brick. I'll try to keep that, but the windows are very different from the ones that were there. So I'm going to use this one as template for the whole street. So I'm thinking the exterior will be similar to this one, but with yellow brick here. And I'll do a second building, well, again, where the garage is. I think it's the garage. It is the garage. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That was original. Oh, okay. The back is something else. So for the back, I was thinking of following what was in the back. So that's what I did there. I copied that facade here to do this one. But do I copy this one here? So I'll see what the fireplace here is, where it's located. So maybe, do we need really that much space here? So something I might do also is have the steps here instead of there, to copy again the same idea here, to have driveway, so it looks a bit more like row houses, even though they won't have a common wall. Ooh, okay, so this one is supposed to have like also a garden. It was written something like the garden was very important, so I'm thinking of having the front lawn like here, since it's the same idea. Also a more modest looking home. And here, so I'll remove the fence here, but maybe have that fence in the back, that garden area in the back. So there is not really a back door, it's a side door. So I'll keep that and have the same thing here. So maybe a common backyard, like this area here could be the garden that is hinted at in the description. I'm thinking of removing the balcony here. So again, very typical. Ooh, Oh, not that typical actually. It's a huge kitchen. I think she's a young adult. She looks very young. Hello. Very soft colors there. Really like the rug here. So a bookcase. We'll see how many there are there. So there is a fireplace here and possibly upstairs. I really like the colors in the kitchen. I'll try to keep that, but it's such a big kitchen, big common areas for someone who lives alone. Looks very much like a townhouse and a modest row house. Upstairs, so the landing here. Bathroom is a bit similar. Oh, okay. So she has like a very nice library, study room here with a very old computer. I really like this desk. It looks very cozy. So I'll try to keep that. But do we need really that overhang there for the chimney? Bathroom with pastel colored items there. Nice sized bedroom. You could have like a dresser too. Yeah, I don't really need the balcony, even less if I'm going to do an access to the rooftop like for the other ones. So the building part should go faster because I already know what I would like to have there. So I'm thinking I'll reduce the size of the bathroom. So there is, oh, you know what? I'm thinking she lives alone, she's young, and it's a huge house for her. So there might be one less square here. So I might have the porch a tad bigger here. And I might get some room here using that part here. So I'll change a tad the footprint and use a tile in the front here and one more in the back here, so that there's only the bump for the fireplace, just like it doesn't need to be that big. And that way I'll have some more room to add a very small flight of stairs to access the second story. And what I'm going to do is there are going to be apartment buildings. So she's going to be living only on the top floor. And then the first floor is going to be an NPC apartment. And so are going to be the two apartments in the other house. Since it's said to be a historic home, I'm going to remove the windows. So it's going to lose a bit of that cachet, but maybe with the wall decor like that, we'll get it somewhat back. And then what makes it a bit apart from the other houses like that in the same street is that the garden is very like detailed, something like that. I'm not good at landscaping, but yeah, we'll try to do something here that goes with the description, with the idea. And these gardens are accessible for everyone living there. So it's called Cherry Blossom, so I'll keep, of course, these. I'm thinking it's going to be the tree for the whole street. And I don't think there is gardenia bushes here. Do we have them in the game? Why is it called like Gardenia Grove and not Sunflower Forest or something? This one, let's get started, and I think it can be a quick one. And yeah, I'm going to go apartment buildings. Well, it ended up not being that quick of a build. Actually, it took quite some time to redo the buildings. So yeah, that part here is going to be the longest part, I think, of the video. It's when I tried to, well, I did it, so it's not really, wasn't that difficult to do, it's just that it took so long. So I replicated the template building on one side where the garage was, and for the existing building I used constraint floor elevation to have it at the same level. So there are two floors that disappear because I've put a level skip marker there, but in between there is a floor in between the first one and the second one. And one more in between the rooftop and the second floor. So there are actually, I've actually used 4 or 5. I've used the 5 floors on these houses. Yeah, so, but yeah, it doesn't show because most of them are like a reduced size. So then I had to place all the elements that were in the house, in the existing house, back to where they were supposed to be, but you know, 1 floor above for the second floor. And then I had to do the walls, so I used the same wallpaper. I think it's in the wood panelings that I had used for the other house, but the color of the brick is different. So it's I took the color that was there, and then I tried to have something in between for the new building. So it's not yellow brick, it's not red brick, it's orangey brick. So it's an in between, and it goes like, it's a bit like an array of color, but you know, a shading of the same color that it shades in, morphs into another one. And yeah, that was a bit the idea there, because I wanted to reuse, since the buildings, they do look quite different from what they used to look like. I really wanted to use the previous color that was there, the original color that was there for the brick, and so that's why I really wanted this one to be yellow. And but at the same time, to emphasize the row house idea, have them be something that matches. So yeah, so that's what I want with that. Did a small garden. It's not that big, and I think I worked some more on it a bit later in the video. But here I was just placing the ideas, doing the layout, the basic layout, trying to fit everything into 1 floor for the furnishing, you know, the furniture, and the layout for an apartment on the second floor. So there is a main room where there is a small kitchen space, and I took parts of the bathroom upstairs to make the kitchen. And then the bathroom is way smaller. It's not that small, I think it's 3 by 2. And then there is the bedroom. And on the landing space, that's where I put a ladder to go to the rooftop. So the rooftop, there is a public room marker in the corridor, of course, and on the rooftop, so that's for everyone. So here, doing the landing with the access to the rooftop, and then I copied the same layout for the other house. So they are both with like 2 apartments in each of these houses. So 3 NPC apartments on that lot. And then here, delineating the kitchen. So the color scheme is already there because I'm using the same pieces of furniture that she already had here, but then I'm going to change it a bit. And I've tried to keep the same vibe, but went a touch different because, well, I wanted to customize it so that it would fit more Constance's like tastes, or what I interpreted as what she likes, because it's not that easy. I think her bio reads something like she'd rather be reading or something like that. So for a look, I went more with I like that she was a bit retro, but I didn't want to emphasize that too much. So I went with something a bit more nerdy and still a cool chick, I think. And so yeah, the layout of the building, of the apartment itself, was pretty easy to do because I already had a good idea of what was going to be where. Also, I did add a tile in the back, so gain from that weird bump from where the chimney was and still is, but instead of having two tiles there, it's one tile wide, and so I gained that width there for the apartment, and yeah, so there was a tad more room for the living room area, and it was good to have that because with the second flight of stairs, even though it's not that tall, like it's like 3 steps there or something like that, but yeah, that way I had more room, and I was able to add the ladder leading to the rooftop on the landing there. And the living room is a fair size, so the kitchen is the smallest area, I think, or it might be the bathroom. Yeah, the bathroom. For the kitchen, I gained some more because I used the corridor space over there to place the fridge also in the kitchen. But yeah, so changed a bit the bookcases so that they were all the same. Doesn't really have an impact, but yeah, I just wanted to to have something a bit different there. And then yeah, well, full on with the book theme there, and I made the reading corners a tad different, so went with more of a lounge chair there, and I've kept a desk, and yeah, mostly I've just tried to modernize a bit the look of the place, the item that was there. So instead of curtains, we have blinds instead of the old computer, a newer looking one, and a supposedly more comfortable chair, you know, stuff like that. But I've tried to keep the ideas that were already there, because I thought that it was fitting her vibe, her image already, so didn't want to do too drastic of a change there. So I think what I have changed, and that might make everything look quite different there, is all the frames. The framing I did was more like wood, dark wood frame there, and I went with what was in the kitchen, because the wood for the for the counters it was a darkish one, so when I used the same one, so that I think it makes the pastel colors, for instance the pink color I've used in a few of the customized objects there. I think it brings it out, so that's why I chose this one instead of having a pale color. That the one that used to be there was like, for instance, for the bed, I think the bed frame was pale yellow, and I thought it a bit like, with the pink, it made it look a bit too pasty. So yeah, so that's why I tried to bring it out with to have it contrasted more with the dark wood there. For the I was going to say dining room. There is no dining room. So sorry. Yeah, I meant the bathroom. I should have, I think, kept the color for the whole plumbing, because it was a pale blue greenish color. But yeah, I made it too light, so you don't see it really, because I like the retro look there, but change it, and it's not as retro looking as it used to be, so that's a bit too bad. So the rooftop didn't go with the full garden there, but I reused the lounge chair that was on the balcony in the front of the house, since I had removed that balcony, and made a small reading corner over there. I'm thinking that she can go over there to catch some sunlight and then also read. And here, tackling the garden is nothing too fancy. I just tried to use a bit more colorful bushes so that it looks a bit more lush. And I almost may put a few statues, but it was too much. So I'm still going with the fact that it's a modest home and that it's not supposed to be a grand house. If you want more with having a lot of plants, there is a spawner for butterflies. Yep, here. So that's what I did for the garden. Yeah, and then just finishing up with a few more details here and there, like adding a stroller, I think, for one of the neighbors. As if there is a baby living there. A few more things for the 3 apartments for NPCs and the one on the second floor for Constance. Overview of the lot. So there are 2 houses now and some basic footprint. So there is access to a common garden, so that there is a gate here, another one here. Parking spaces, there is one here, one here. One could be added there. I think there is room for one more. So this is NPC apartment. So is this one here. And upstairs NPC apartment, and this one here is Constance's apartment. So let's go. There is a landing here. So front door here with a small kitchen over there. Eating area here, the library, the fireplace, a desk. Then here a small corridor leading to the bathroom over there and the bedroom here. And then back to the landing here. There is a ladder leading to the rooftop where there is a reading corner, and I've put the coffee machine here so that she can, sip on a hot beverage while reading outside. On the other building, there is actually the washing machine, so it's accessible. There is a washing machine and a clothesline. If she doesn't want to use the public laundromat, there is an option here to do her laundry. So that's it for that lot. There is still one left for that street to be done and have a whole row of row houses here. So there is going to be an episode tomorrow, and it's going to be that house over there, and I'll base it most likely on the same template. I'll see. It might depend on what's on the description of the house, so we'll see. So I'll see you tomorrow. À demain.